Hi everyone. You might find it very useful if I start to show how to do different breathing exercises or talk about maybe how beneficial it is, statistically if you take deep breaths. But actually what I want to do is something that may not be that well appreciated. I'd like to call it the do nothing movement actually. It's approach to the breath as well as approach to life itself. The do nothing movement. It's actually the most difficult thing. And by do nothing, I don't actually mean do nothing. I think it's just counter to what we would normally think. So for example, instead of trying to change the natural breathing, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just to bring awareness to the breath, but to allow it to be. And see how it naturally changes, evolves by itself without you consciously doing it, right? And then we can always learn how to take fuller breaths and do different breathing exercises that are beneficial. But the hardest thing is just to bring awareness, right? And I think that's analogous to life, because if you think about, there's a do-nothing approach to agriculture. Without plowing and using organic or non-organic fertilizers and pesticides, things like that, by just observing the earth, observing the natural seasons, the plant life, the animal life, and then nurturing the soil, nurturing the ecosystem without doing too much. Same thing with education. We have a tendency to look at children like they're a blank slate and we just have to stuff them with knowledge. But the harder thing, the do-nothing approach to education, would be to just observe the child. Observe how they interact with other kids, with nature, how they spend their time alone, how they think, their imagination, and to nurture whatever is already there, right? By doing very little, nothing really, like a wild flower. So I'd like us to reflect on what that means now for our breath. How can we have a do-nothing approach to our breath? For just a few moments, we're just going to close our eyes and watch the breath. Close your eyes and notice. Where do you feel the breath? Is it mostly in the abdomen? Is it in the chest? Do you feel it shallow? Do you feel it deep? Do you feel that you're kind of having to force it through the nostrils? Is it coming very smoothly? Do you feel it more in one nostril or the other? As you do that, what do you notice happening to the mind as well and to the body? Just by pure observation. So perhaps as we do that, we can take the do-nothing approach to life itself and see what that means to our lives.